What is going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. Before we get to today's video, I did want to talk about, this Stellar Blade. So I actually already beat this game, but I'm playing it again for a second time. I'm doing the new game plus because they added new combos. The combat is so incredibly fun. I want to get the second ending, and I didn't have enough of it. I wanted the game to be longer, and I think there will be a sequel. But that game is seriously 10 out of 10 good for me. Like, I had such a blast. I can't stop playing, and I'm going to play it again. And I've never done that with a video game, believe it or not. I've never finished a game and then restarted it. I even tried a Nier Automata, and I couldn't do it. But people keep telling me I need to go back and beat, the other two endings or whatever. Maybe I will. But for right now, Stellar Blade, I freaking love that game. So today I wanted to talk about all the statues I would potentially consider selling. Not that I'm listing these by any means, but these are things I think I could part with if it made sense, if you know what I mean. And other statues I would only part with if a superior version came of that character and it scaled good and it, obviously was just a much better statue. Because at the end of the day, we're always trying to upgrade our statues. People are always selling and buying. Some people just sell because they want money or they want to get out of the hobby or they need space. Others sell because they want to get something different. Maybe they're sick of looking at said statue, or Prime One revealed a new statue they like more than their current one, so they sell the old one to create space and funds for the new one. So, I've often said that, my collection is pretty much 99% complete, which I still believe is the truth. But, if it made perfect sense, I got offered the right amount of money and a statue could replace that one, or, busta, these are the statues I think I would consider parting. We're just going to go section by section. I would consider selling XM Predator and XM Alien. And that Wolf Predator bust, both Predator arms. If someone offered me the right amount of money, I would probably get rid of the Alien bust. I'm talking what it sells for by Chase Smith himself, I would sell for that. I'd probably get rid of Infinity Studios' Berserker Predator. Cinema Cat's a hard one just because the Prime one doesn't scale. And that's, the biggest reason I haven't sold Cinema Cat and just moved Prime 1 over here. And I know Prime 1's doing the overscaled aliens, but I still don't think I want to go down that path. Simply because, as you look along the wall, everything else is true 1/3. So to have one overscaled line, it just bugs me. But, if Prime 1 made theirs true scale, I definitely would probably just keep the Prime 1 and sell Cinema Cat. And I do, the same with all my, Predators, frankly. I'd probably get rid of all 4 of those. I'd get rid of Alita. Probably get rid of Jon Snow, Night King. Keep everything else. The Horballs, it's I feel like my Horball's perfect. I would maybe sell the Pumpkinhead 1/4 and get the 1/3. Now, I'd only get the 1/3 simply because I know it's 1/3. Not that I necessarily like it more, because I actually really like this pose. And I like the base. I do like the base on the new one quite a bit as well. But the 1/3, God, I'd love to see it in person. The arm stretched out, I know would be such a pain to display. And that's the biggest reason I didn't go for it. Plus the fact it's not massive. It's basically almost the same height as this one. So, I passed on it for that reason. But all my horror, believe it or not, they're all just perfect for me. I really wouldn't sell any of them. Terminator, I'm not looking to ever pretty much sell. Although, I think I would part with this if I could get version 1. I still think version 1 is better. It has a better base. I prefer the one-armed gun. And I just think overall it's a better statue. I do like version 2, but version 1, in my opinion, is the superior life-size Terminator. That one is incredibly rare when it does go up for sale. So, I obviously got version 2 for a still at $3,000. When version 1 would probably cost me $12,000, I guess. Anyhow, yeah, I would get rid of that if I get version 1. I'd get rid of all them. I don't want to sell my half skills. Now, of course, I've already, said I'd sell Hulkbuster, but that's just not a statue that people want to buy. I would probably, like, if I could upgrade to all 1/3s and I had the space, I'd get rid of every single Marvel 1/4 down low. I'd get rid of them all. And I'd probably get rid of every one of those. The big thing I'd love to do is just stay away from duplicates if at all possible, but in some situation it is hard, with like Wonder Woman. People always say, hey, you should sell Wonder Woman on horse. If I put J&D Wonder Woman here, it's not going to look good, trust me. Wonder Woman horse fits much better. It's like a centerpiece to the wall. She's massive. She scales like her head size compared to Batman and Superman. Scales perfectly, where J&D does not. It's much smaller. The base is much smaller. The only one that could work here is the Wonder Woman Ultimate statue by Prime One Studios, which I had that, and I sold it because I like this one substantially more. I like the face, the costume better, the overall statue. I had the Ultimate and I sold it, even though Ultimate actually kind of fits here, technically better because the base is truly matched, where this one is close. But yeah, I just like Wonder Woman horse substantially more than the Ultimate version. But yeah, that's probably it from this room, honestly. I mean, I would sell Black Widow bust if, a better one came out. I really want Black Widow bust. If we got a better Hulk bust, I'd probably sell it, but space is such a concern. I couldn't fit a bigger Hulk bust here. So it's just like kind of doomed. So yeah, this room's a little bit tricky. For Jurassic, I mean, if I truly had to downsize everything, I'd probably downsize to just this, that, and maybe those two. Like basically all my Jurassic Park stuff. I'd get rid of all world. Video game, I'd get rid of Neo. I mean, I would say Gears just because the statue's kind of damaged, but I do like that statue in general, and luckily I have been able to clean up all the stuff. I would get rid of all MK 1/4. Should Prime One make, like Final Fantasy VII, if they make Stellar Blade, I'll make space for that and basically sell off all MK 1/4. The hardest ones would probably be the bosses, then the MKX, Scorpion, and Sub-Zero. I still don't know if I could sell Scorpion and Sub-Zero, to be brutally honest. I'd still probably keep at least them, and maybe Shao Kahn in between them, since we don't have a Shao Kahn 1/3. DBZ I'd only sell if something better came. Otherwise, I'm not going to sell any of my DBZ. Alrighty. Had to let the vacuum pass. So, I mean, I'd probably get rid of Master Splinter, but not the Turtles, because I actually really love them. And it's kind of crazy how the resale value on them is horrible. I would get rid of G.I. Joe if it makes sense. I'm not going to sell them dirt cheap and, lose money. I'd rather just keep them. I'd definitely sell the Cave Troll, not Fell Beast. If Prime 1 makes orcs, outside of the Cave Troll with orcs, I'd probably get rid of my 2 orcs, get rid of Saruman if Prime 1 makes Saruman. Transformers is a little bit tricky. I mean, I'd probably get rid of all of T4. And the only reason is I would expand upon the first 3 movies and do like Blackout with Scorponok, Barricade, and maybe just throw Sentinel Prime in the mix. If you do like Sentinel Prime over there, and then technically you could have him next to Megatron, and then do Starscream and Barricade, and then, Scorponok and whatnot. Basically all villains, and then, switcheroo these 2. Well, him right there, Optimus there. Then you could do Bumblebee Bust. I think that'd actually work really good. Although you kind of need to do Megatron here. Maybe do Starscream there, Sentinel and Megatron. They'd have to be in the middle. And you still need those 2 together just like that. And then Blackout in the corner. Or is it Barricade? whichever. The black Decepticon, the police car from the first movie, he would go good in the corner. That would actually look really cool, but people don't buy these ones. It's too much hassle. No one will buy them. But I think that would look really cool, because then you could also get Bumblebee Bust, because you could move Sentinel out, make room for Bumblebee Bust. Jupiter. That would look really cool. Pluska and... Man, that would be really cool. If someone would buy all 4 of these, man, that'd make that plan so easy. The thing is, well, they don't sell for good prices. You know what I mean? Like Galvatron, you could get like $700. Lockdown, maybe $1,000. Grimlock used to go for like $6,000, but nowadays I swear he barely gets 3, if that. I bet I could probably only get 2. And Optimus maybe $1,200. You know, so it's just like you lose so much money on these things. So it makes it hard to sell, knowing that the new stuff costs like, goodness, Blackout Scorponok's $3,000, Barricade is at least $1,000, Bumblebee Bust is $2,500. You know, so it's just like you lose too much money to get the new stuff. And is it truly going to be much better? I mean, those statues are sick. You know what I mean? I love Lockdown, and Galvatron's awesome. Optimus, Grimlock, super cool. Anyways, I'd definitely get rid of this. No one will buy that, though. I'd get rid of that. I'm still questioning if I'm going to do Zelda over here, to be brutally honest. I still don't know. Until I get Dream Studios Link in hands, I cannot commit to Zelda here. If I get it and it blows me away, I'll throw it out here, see how I like it, and then of course get Ganon and Princess Zelda eventually. But if I get it, I'm like, you know what? I prefer my custom Link. I don't need this. Then I'll sell it, and maybe even just throw G.I. Joe here. Because I know G.I. Joe fits there. I've put it there, and it actually looked really good. Although, there was an empty spot. Because it's only 2 G.I. Joe, there was a big empty spot. So it's like, I could fit 2 G.I. Joe and 1 extra statue. So I'd have to figure out what to put on the other spot. You know. Of course, you know I've listed Prime 1 Predator for sale, but the person who claims they're going to buy it keeps telling me they're going to buy it, but doesn't want to send me money. So if they don't send me money, they're obviously never going to get it. So who knows on Prime 1 Predator? Because to be brutally honest, I've even thought, what if we put Prime 1 Predator right here with that new Predator bust, the one I talked about in the video the other day. They're making a lot of improvements to that bust. You know, like I'm in their group and they posted all these improvements and I'm like, dude, this could potentially be like the best Predator bust ever. You know, it definitely has, you know, the potential to be the best one ever. You know, like the best custom ever created. Top my Aliens FX. I love my Aliens FX, and I wouldn't sell it. I would have both, you know, because this one is truly like that closed mouth look, and it just fits so good in my display. The new one is so freaking tall, 51 inches. It wouldn't look good in that display. You got to keep that display as is. But if you put it next to Prime 1 Predator, and I've seen photos of it, it looks incredible. So I am very tempted to just throw Prime 1 Predator mid-room with that giant Predator bust. But then again, when I think about it, if I'm doing Prime 1 Predator, you might as well get Wolf and Berserker. I don't know, it's a tricky one. Anyways, folks, you know, at the end of the day, I really would sell my entire collection if someone offered me enough money. You know, money can buy anything. You know, if someone threw me a massive check, I would say, haul it all away. You know, it is material items. You don't technically need any of it. Sure, it's awesome to have and look at. But at the end of the day, I would truly sell my entire collection. You know, granted, of course, I'd probably buy back some pieces. The pieces that would be the hardest are the ones that are like one of one, and they're basically impossible to get again. Or the extremely low edition ones, like my Pennywise bust. How often do you see that for sale? Like once every few years? That thing's so incredibly rare. And the fact you'd have to buy the Prime 1 Pennywise half scale to get that base to recreate the exact look, which I've never seen anyone do that, because who's going to buy a $2,500 half scale just for a base? You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's definitely, you know, that one would be like incredibly hard. Plus my special custom project I have coming in June. When you guys see that, it's gonna blow your freaking mind, and you'll be like, yeah, that's one Flankster's taken to the grave. Like, even if I move to the Philippines, I'm taking that one with me. Anyways, folks, let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, and have a great day.